Hello everyone, hope you're well. I'm a bit miffed tonight because for the umpteenth time in our recent history, Claire has come home from work in absolute bits, crying, tears, just upset, stressed, exhausted. And I think it goes without saying that people should be allowed to, are able to go to work and have a career without it completely and utterly decimating their lives. And it's just really frustrating, and I thought, you know what, I want to vent about it because it's not her, not at her, of course. I'm really gutted for her because it's not that she's dealing with a difficult case. There's been times where that's happened. We've all had that with different careers where things can be really sensitive, and you're like, oh, that's really a shame. She doesn't tell me things, but I can just assume that what she deals with, sometimes she might just have had a really sad day, and you kind of let it slide because she needs a chance to clear her mind. But this today is just, I'm a bit shocked because I didn't notice it going on, but I knew she was working a lot. I knew she was, really strange. She spent a lot of the weekend working, but she told me today that basically last night we both went to bed at the same time, said goodnight to her. I fell asleep almost instantly, and she said she lay there just thinking about this case she's working on, and then she decided to get up and get back to work, and was working till 3 a.m. and then she just thought, I'm going to pass out if I don't stop now. And then she was up at 6, well, half 6, sorting the kids out, just got them ready for school and took them in, and then went to work and carried on and didn't eat all day. I think she said she had a donut because someone gave her a donut while she was working. She's been told not to work tonight, and I'm just like, this is insane. Like, I'm not trying to be political about it or anything like that. It's insane. She's a social worker, for anyone who doesn't know, but I know I've mentioned it before. Part of the reason she's not on the vlogs is because she doesn't want her face being out there in case someone sees her. I know she's been on some old ones, but it's not just her. I said to her, well, surely someone else should be helping, taking a load of cases, whatever, clearing your load, because they have their full caseloads, they're at the maximum amount they're supposed to have, which everyone's over pretty much all the time. But she said, like, when she got in, someone said to her, this is the worst week I've ever had, and I'm about to cry. And Claire was just like, I'm not gonna cry. If I start crying now, I won't stop. She powered through. Other people were saying that they're in a mess, they were crying. 2 of her friends have said they're leaving. And she kind of, I think she got to the afternoon just before she left, and then she was just broken and started crying. And then when she got in the door, I said hello to her. I said, "You're all right, you look a bit tired." And she just straight, gave Ben a hug. Ben wouldn't let anyone else hug her. He was too busy trying to make her feel better, bless him, which is really cute. But I just felt really shocked, just outraged. I feel like I don't know what to do, really. Like, I do what I can around the house. I'm taking the kids into school tomorrow. I do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the moment so she can balance the cases around everything. But it's kind of, that's not helped by the fact that Emily goes in at one time and Oliver goes in at another time, and then he's got to be picked up later, and all of that. It's kind of juggling all of that is part and parcel of the ongoing stresses of life. But at the moment she gets home a bit later or whatever because of work, and then we're trying to squeeze everything in. She got upset the other week because she said she had to stay out late to look after some kids, and I was a bit like, yeah, but work can't do that. You've got your own children, and I didn't mean it to sound like I was saying, prioritise them or something, but she obviously felt that way. She felt really guilty then that she wasn't able to prioritise them, and I know it's part and parcel of the job, but I feel like our system is so messed up and weird in this country. In every country, to be fair. She did an exchange with social workers in America. She went to Kentucky and did a job swap, and for a little bit a few years back, and it was the same the same stuff, different country. And it's such an under supported, weirdly abused system. Their job's so complicated. I always thought social care was just, you're not doing your job right as a parent, so we're going to kind of take over as a state. Like, that's the myth, the misconception. But it's very, very, very much like, you're struggling, you need help, how can we help you? Let's put things in place. And I know that other people who have been in, situations like ours, but with a more severe, disability for their child, have had to have social workers come in and try and help them get support. And some people I know haven't been eligible for the support they wanted, and that sort of thing. But their job is very much, you are in the worst position out of everyone we can talk to at the moment, so you are the priority case. And they basically have 20 odd cases each that are that bad, and they have to try and juggle them, and there might be other cases that aren't quite as bad, and you're like, I'll get to you when I've dealt with these 20. It's like everything's on fire and you're on fire and you've got no food in you and you're completely exhausted, everything's just wrong, and they have to just do it every day. And I mean, I really am, like, I'm proud of her for doing it, but I feel like enough is enough. It's like, bless her, she's breaking herself to do it, and I get why. Like, she's frustrated because she really likes her friends in her team, and the job is really worthwhile. It's really important, and she's in the team that deals with the worst stuff, and or some, you know, not that they're ranked, but you know what I mean, some of the worst stuff, and you know, it's just like, I don't know how she does it. She's a machine. I feel like I need to be doing more, and I keep saying to her, like last night I said, you should have woke me up. If you're up at 2 in the morning, I want to be up at 2 in the morning, making sure I'm helping you get back to sleep. You know, I said I'd have just read to her if she wanted. You know, I'd have made her go back to sleep. I wouldn't have let her get on with work. You know, I wouldn't have let her get up this morning early with the kids. I'd have said, you stay in, I'll get up. She didn't, you know, she just didn't say, bless her, and it's not fair. She was like, you'd have been outraged. I'm like, no, I wouldn't have been outraged. I would have been a bit like, no, in my head, but I wouldn't have been visibly outraged to her or at her. I'm outraged at the system that has been created, because it's not a boss's problem. It's not a fault, sorry. It's not a colleague's fault. It's not the people she's helping's fault. It's just an absolute mess. And not to make it like about me, but just to continue the thing. This is exactly how I mentioned yesterday. It's 5 years since I left teaching this week. I actually looked at the first email I got from work, because I started there as a volunteer, and I got my first email from them on the 20th of October. I officially got my job there on the 4th of November, and so this would have been the no man's land period where I'd put the tweet out and said, I haven't got any work to do, and my mate just kind of said, we're opening our office, why don't you come down? But at this point, I'd done my first year of teaching, and I was like dead on my feet, and I had 6 weeks off, and I was with Emily and Oliver and Claire. This was before Ben, obviously, and we had a really nice summer of just getting on with each other. But I was so burnt out. I remember just being a shell and just feeling really like I was just counting down the days till I had to go back into it. And when I got back into it, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be raring to go. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna pass it. Like you have a year to do your NQT, and I'd been hitting the targets all the way through. And then in the last term, whatever it is, a new person came in and just said I wasn't hitting my target and wanted me to hit another target. And I got a bit ill from feeling the pressure of it all, and then just was like, I can't hit that. I'm gonna defer this back. So I felt like I was raring to go. I'm gonna do it. And then I just ended up being up till like 1 every night, and then getting up at 6 every morning to go straight in for 6:30, 7:45 when I was starting. I was working through my lunch break. You know, I had like, I think it was 3 slots a week free, because they lost their technology teacher and their robotics teacher, and they wanted me to cover that. And it was all a bit like, you won't be doing it forever, but I basically had a couple of slots. It's like a lot of this, you hear people say, nah, you legally have to have these certain bits and pieces. And talking to someone like Kev, he was very much, that's illegal, I'm not doing it. Whereas in my place, it was very much like, you have to do it because we need you to do it. And you'd always feel like, okay, I'll do my best. Like, I'm a bit of a people pleaser like that. And that's exactly what Claire is like. And I know that the moment for me, the line in the sand for me was, and I've said this before, I think, I was sat on my computer on a Sunday, just tapping away, trying to write my lesson plans and whatever, marking, whatever. And I had this door barrier set up, where it's just a big piece of wood that I'd pulled in front of the door between the room I was in and the room my family was in. And Oliver was Ben's age, peeping over it, going, hi, Daddy. And I was just like, I'm trying to work. And Emily's like, Daddy, do you want a cup of tea? And I'm like, shush, I'm trying to write. And I'm completely not listening to him. And Oliver's like, I want a daddy hug. And I'm like, I've got to finish this. Stop talking to me, like being really, like I'm trying not to be aggressive because they're little, and I'm trying not to be angry at them, and I'm not, and I'm just like, just Claire, take them away. And she's a bit like, okay, I'm just coming to sort it. I'm dealing with it. Don't worry. Leave Daddy alone. I remember saying to him, like, leave Daddy alone. He's got too much work to do. And I just thought, what the hell am I doing? Like, this is just a job. This is literally just a job. It's not that important. And, it's not even comparable, because Claire's job is important, but even then it's just a job. And I just felt like that was it for me. That was the moment I didn't want to work there anymore, and I got onto the uni and I was like, I'm out of here, and obviously just never went back. I intended to recover and find another school, but actually looking back, I'm glad I didn't, because it would have been horrific. Imagine the kids' lives if I was doing 5-hour nights of sleep and working the other hours, and Claire was doing the similar thing. We'd have been in such a ridiculous situation. I remember someone telling me that if you want to adopt and you are in the sorts of jobs like that, they don't let you because you haven't got time to look after a kid, which is mad when you think about it, because there are social workers and teachers with kids, obviously, but the system isn't working right if that's how ridiculous it is that they won't let you adopt kids because you wouldn't be able to look after them properly. That is mad. But in this situation, I just don't know what to suggest. Claire's sort of said to them, I'd like to try and move to another department, but she feels like that's kind of, it's hard and weird, and like moving's a bit of an odd thing. It annoys me that the public sector has such a weird pay scale type thing. Like everybody, I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know if nurses are the same. Nurses I know have kind of been able to just apply for different jobs at different bands and just rise up that way. But social care and teaching don't work like that. You can't just say, I'd like to move to that school, they're going to give me a pay rise, now I'm going to hop to that school and just monkey bar your way across it. You have to be at a band and you just kind of work through it, and you're like, right, I'm at band 2 now, okay, I'm going to go and do this thing. So poor old Claire, like last year, she had to do all of this other stuff and do all of this court cases and all these things, and also go and sit a panel where they decided whether she was good enough to get the next level up. And the outrageous thing was, when she got that, they then changed the system so that the people who were unqualified got a massive pay rise that put her above the level that she was just getting promoted into, and she wasn't getting that same thing because they'd changed the system for unqualified people. But if you were already in, screw you. And it's all just give with one hand, take with the other, and absolute shower of poo. And I just, she needs to do it, because that's the sort of person she is. She's very caring, very giving, very hardworking, and I love her for it. She's so great at just giving and sorting stuff out, and the feedback she gets from people is always amazing. She says the thing that makes it worthwhile for her is she'll get a call from somebody that she's really helped get out of a situation, and they'll be like, I just wanted to let you know I've just got a job, or I just want to let you know that I'm doing great now and it's all because of you. And she gets all of that stuff, but times like this she's just like, I wish I knew what to do to make it better. And I mean, I'm only venting about it here because I feel like I don't think people realise how ridiculous it is. And I'm sure you lot are probably in a similar thing. And she's talked to him about it, and they have said to her, like, tonight, for example, don't work, don't do anything. She's been told that, because it's for a court case that's due next week for whatever reason. I don't know anything. I'm trying to avoid anything that would, I don't know. I don't think people can connect the dots, sort of thing. Don't try. But yeah, she was just like, they've said, look, if it can't get done, it can't get done. There's only so many hours in a day, you're only one person. But it's just mental, and it's not fair, and it annoys me because she's special and I don't want her to feel this way, bless her. It's just hard, and I don't know, I just feel I wanted to vent, so thanks for listening. Other than that, I mean, Ollie's had a great day, he's been really happy, Emily's feeling a lot better, bless her, today. Ben is suddenly talking loads, not in a way that other people would understand, but I knew what he was saying. When I got to pick him up earlier, he was calling up the stairs to Oliver, and then kind of going, va va, and weirdly tonight he kept telling Oliver off, which I worry is a sign that he's seen us all going, calm down, Oliver, stop that, Oliver. He wasn't telling him off, but he was telling him to stop what he was doing. And I just thought, oh no, because we've obviously had, I don't know, I just was a bit worried there. I'm sure it's fine. I don't think it's us, but he's noticing obviously that people are probably saying calm down or sit still or whatever, just whatever it is that people are saying. So I'm trying to stop Ben from doing that, because Emily already, he's like, Oliver, across like the whole of a field trying to get his attention, and you're like, you're not his mum, stop it. I mean, she's just being a good big sister, but Ben's being a cheeky little brother, bless him. Yeah, I think that is everything. I have had a pretty decent day. I felt really guilty because I'm on my way home thinking, I wonder if Claire will be home in time for me to go out and play Pokemon. And then when she came home, I was like, I can't believe I'm there going, I wonder if I can play my game that's really not important. And she's driving home thinking, I'm just going to die on my feet, and I've had the worst day ever. And I mean, her phone had broke, so she hadn't communicated with me this. So I don't feel too bad that I didn't know. Obviously, I'm not psychic. But her phone had, like, it wouldn't charge. It charged when she got in, but the why her shed wouldn't work. So she wasn't able to communicate with me to say, oh, I've had a terrible day, like get food ready or whatever. I went out to the chippy and fed them all with that, because I just thought, I don't even know if we've got anything in, because she, like, again, I should probably do the shopping because she's been really busy. But oh, bless her, it's just a nightmare week. And after a happy video today, I'm sorry to be doing a bit of a downbeat one, but I just wanted to, I say, just rant. Like, some public jobs are mental. It's weird, public jobs get a kind of a reputation for being cushy. And when I listen to, like, I've got a friend who works in management in an area of the public sector, and some of his colleagues sound like a nightmare. The lies and things they've told to get away with murder, and he's like discovered a big sort of scam someone's pulling, or a thing they're getting away with, and he's like, oh my God. The amount of times I've spoken to someone in public sector and they've gone, we don't want to look at that because it will highlight how bad a job we're doing, and we don't really want to know how bad the job's going. And those ones, you're like, yeah, I get why there's a reputation, but then underneath them are the people who are getting crushed under the weight of the work that needs doing. And yeah, I just want to represent Claire, basically, because that's the one who's getting squashed out of it all, and it's not nice. Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to. Well, I wouldn't love to hear it. I hope that none of you have got stories where you were being crushed, but I'm sure you have got stories. Vent them, share them. Let's try and make some noise about it in some way. It is maddening that this is a thing, and sometimes I say to her, why on earth do you want to do it? Like, why do you want to put yourself through it? Like, I kind of decided, okay, I'll just go into sales. At least every now and again I make a big sale, and then we have a month where we've got a few quid. It hasn't happened in a while because my job's changed quite dramatically. I had a good period when I first started where I was smashing out sales, and it was a big, you know, I'd get decent pay, and we'd pay for a holiday or whatever, and every now and again it'd be like, whee! And my job's changed now, so I don't really have those things. It's just bumbling along. It's more consistent, but it's never got the peaks. But I said to her, do you ever want to just do something really selfish? And she's like, no, I can't. This needs doing. And I'm like, oh, we're not on this earth to work, but some people are just special, I guess. Yeah, we're going to wrap up on that note. I hope she's going to have a better week. I won't do every video about this from now on. I'm just hoping that it all smoothen out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, which it feels weird saying at the end of a video like this. Comment down below. Let me know what your stories are, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers.